First one, do suggestions from Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Mark Zuckerberg, all these big personalities, do they actually help us? Okay. And now I'll give you my example. When I was young, okay, I was born and raised in a Christian Catholic family. Okay, my father never read any self-improvement book. Mother never read any book. The only book that they read was the Bible. That also, they just must have read few chapters, 4 or 5, and they would just go with the flow. And my friends were all South Indian friends based in Dubai. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have the computer, so we had a very limited worldview. For me, the reality was I was a Christian. Jesus was real. God is real. Muslims are fake. Hindus are fake, limited worldview. And Filipinos who wear earrings are gay, and Arabs are crazy. The stuff that parents speak privately. However, I was very curious. I wanted to learn so many new things. And that is where those days we used to have this Britannica encyclopedias. Britannica, huge number of books, like 20, 30 volumes, which you could buy for $1,000. I think it was $1,000, this massive library. So I used to love reading these books. I used to see the snakes. I love seeing those snakes, colorful snakes. I used to see those animals. I used to read about space age. So I used to read all these books, and it was like, wow, it used to give me a perspective. And then slowly I started reading books on history, which was more like a story. I read Eden Blyton, I don't know if I got that name right, storybooks. So slowly from there, I started reading books on the future, like these cartoonish kind of books about the future. And I was really happy that it took my imagination to such different worlds. However, I did not know anything like personal, like self-improvement existed. It was only when my stepfather, Frederick Pinto, his cousin, I think, Harry Miranda, he was a general manager of a company. He looked at me and he saw my father criticizing me and saying that, I'm a mistake, or I'm, restless, or I don't use my brain. So my stepfather always used to have this habit of insulting me. So this guy said, no, he's a special boy. And I felt nice, someone at least, because I was born and raised in an Indian family where the parents used to always criticize and make fun. And that's how they feel that they're doing a good job, by criticizing him. Oh, if only he had used his brains, if only he was smarter, if only he was more mature, all that shit. If only he studied hard. So this relative from my father's side, he said, I want you to read a book. And the first ever book, I don't know where I kept it, I wish I could show it to you. It was Think and Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, Napoleon Hill. He said, I want you to read this book and it'll change your life. So I was like, what is this book? What is this book? He said, just read it. So I took it pretty seriously. I never read a book which didn't have pictures in that. And this book didn't have any pictures. It was like, ugh. But I started reading. And in that book, it started to say, if you, there's a seed of greatness in you. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And there is one secret that I want to tell you that can change your life. And I was like, wow, it's going to tell me the secret. So that book was a great storytelling format. So I started to read, where is the secret? And eventually I finished the book, and there was no secret as such, but it was like, believe in yourself and you can achieve impossible. And it kind of inspired me towards success, that Edison failed, but he achieved success. This guy failed, but he achieved success. So he had given a lot of examples of people who failed, but achieved greatness. So I was like, wow, maybe even I can achieve greatness. From there, I wanted to read, is there any other book? I found Napoleon Hill had 3-4 other books. So I bought all those books. I used to go to a bookshop, and, those days, pre-internet, there was no Amazon. So if we could get a book, it was lucky. So I found a bookshop that was selling these books, pirated books. So I would stand and read every day, like few lines or paragraph. And the guy looking at me reading the book, he maybe felt pity for me, so he gave me the book at a good price. I don't remember. I bought it for a small sum of money. So I started reading Napoleon Hill's books, then slowly moved to Norman Vincent Peale that had, Power of Positive Thinking, then Clement Stone. Then I bumped into Tony Robbins accidentally. So, I started reading these books. So now, as it started helping me, it gave me new confidence. It gave me belief in myself. It made me believe that I could do something. So now coming to your question, does do reading these books help you in any way? In a way, it helps you gain confidence, believe in yourself. Um, you start dreaming of things that are not possible. You aspire to, stretch yourself. Like you read about a guy like W. Mitchell. I want you to Google. W. Mitchell is this guy who got completely third-degree burns. He lost his fingers. He had an accident, got reduced to a wheelchair, but today he's a professional speaker, travels around the world. His message is, it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you. So these kind of messages are positive, and it helps you internally. It helps you with how your mind works and how your heart kind of takes on challenges. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll achieve success. For example, you can give Napoleon Hill's book to maybe 100 people. That doesn't mean all the 100 people will become rich or successful. And today, in the day and age of the internet, today everyone has access to inspirational videos, motivational talks, PDF books. You can download, there are pirated books, you can buy books online. Amazon and all that was not there during my days. So it is just because everyone is reading a book doesn't mean everyone will achieve their dreams. And you need to understand the advice that Bill Gates, Richard Branson, all these guys give you is the same advice your father, mother, brother, sister, anyone could have given you. What they will tell you: work hard, dream of the future, have great teams, have focus, be persistent. Even the advice I'm giving you is the advice I read, because when I was born, I didn't know anything. How did I get this knowledge? I got it from somebody else. And today, if I'm sharing it with you, it's because the same advice that I got from somebody else, today I'm giving the same advice, and tomorrow you'll give this advice to maybe your children. So it's the same advice that is recycled over and over again. It just depends who's the storyteller. Now, just because Bill Gates gives you these 7 secrets to becoming a billionaire doesn't mean if everyone reads these 7 steps, everyone will become a billionaire. It doesn't work that way. So, in a nutshell, if I were to answer your first question, I would just say that these books give you positive kind of messages. It gives you positive messages. However, end of the day, if you don't work on it, it's pointless. It's like me reading a book on losing weight and getting six-pack abs. I'm not going to get six-pack abs unless I really work hard, kill myself, exercise, not eat junk food, really do exercise, maybe take steroids and do all that shit. Only then maybe I'll get six-pack abs that I can, flash. So in the same way, just as I'll not get six-pack abs by reading a book, but by actually doing it, I personally doubt anyone can achieve success by reading a book. It's just, it kind of gives your mind fuel for goodness. It fills your mind with good knowledge, it creates awareness, but unless you work on it, I doubt it's going to be helpful. So